Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Yeah, mama, it's that man again. He's on my screen. I am so excited to be here. If you live under a rock and you don't know that Achieve Systems is having the Biz Explosion Conference this weekend. This weekend, as we're recording this, is live. It's October 22nd, 2022, at the Embassy Suites. DTC North is what they call it here in town. It's the one off of Hamden. And so this is going to be a fantastic event. Anyone who has any kind of a maybe a entrepreneurial heart or mind or spirit or business or anything like that, just a way to just add to your wisdom library, to up your game when the tide comes in, all boats rise. I'm Kurt Kim Samuels, by the way. If you don't know, I'm honored. I'm blessed to get to MC the event this weekend, and I'm ridiculously honored to maybe throughout this past week to bring you some of the speakers that are going to be there, just to give you just a little taste of just the caliber of types of folks that'll be dropping knowledge and dropping wisdom, truth bombs in the room. And today, I was actually having a conversation about you early this week when you don't even know, with somebody else that we know in common. But I'm here to introduce the one, the only, the esteemed, the doctor. And beforehand, I said, tell me how to pronounce your name is Hoa and win, because all I do is win, 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 no matter what. You know what I'm saying? How are you, young lady?
I am great. How are you today, Kurt?
I am absolutely awesome. I'm fantastic. I'm telling you, this right now, best day ever, and this is the best part of my day.
I
The
love it.
best part of my day. So, okay, so what I hope to do just here in the next just maybe 10, 15 minutes or so is just to introduce you as a person. And so folks can maybe get to know you a little bit. So when they walk up to you and introduce themselves, they don't feel like such a stranger and all those kinds of good things. So let's talk about who you are. So where were you born?
So I was born in the Philippines in the refugee camp.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I migrated here, came to the US at 8.5. So been all over the place. I claim I grew up in New Orleans since I lived there the longest, but I'm based out of Dallas currently with my husband.
wow. Wow. Refugee camp in the Philippines to New Orleans to the Dallas area. That's like a pretty good journey.
Yeah.
You've seen a whole lot of things. So in the Dallas area, what is eyepieces?
So Eyepieces, we own two private practices. They're in prime locations. My husband and I have been practicing for the past 16 years. And so one is in an area called Uptown West Village. And so I've had that practice on about 12 years now. And then I live in a suburb called Plano, north of Dallas, about 20 minutes, second location of Eyepieces. And that one I've had about 9 years now.
Nice. And so, what kind of a medical practice is this?
Optometry. So my
Ooh.
husband and I are both eye doctors.
So if I put my eyeball like really close to the screen, can you like give me a checkup or something like that, or no? That's all right. I wear
So
glasses and I normally take them off because of the glare on my little
yeah.
ring light up here. But man, that is phenomenal. That is so. I gotta say, I mean, I love people from Dallas, but personally, I have a problem with your football team. We'll talk about that later. Um, we'll discuss that off air a whole nother time. And so that is amazing. So I mean, you have a medical practice. Well, first of all, you have a phenomenal kind of a story, a early life story, but you have a medical practice, and I'm kind of Facebook stalking a little bit. When I go to your Facebook page, I see this gorgeous picture on the beach of you and a couple other people. Tell me about this picture.
Which one are you on? I'm on different beaches all the time. I don't know which beach picture you're looking at,
I'm
Kurt.
looking at that one.
Ah, you're looking at that one. So that's
Yeah.
my hubby. Been together for 17 years, and my little girl Athena, we call her AKA Ninja. She's
Ooh.
6 years old, but that picture was taken in Tulum. So we travel quite a lot. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously being doctors, the general doctors, you don't usually have a lot of time. And so I've pivoted. I'm still a doctor by trade. I go in very part-time, but I've transitioned the past 7 years into the world of real estate investing and really taking other people and teaching them the real estate world and the whole world of syndication. And so now it's the freedom of time. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to have these beach pictures and all these travel pictures. to be able to do that now. And so I do that, and then I help others do that now.
So in the world of radio, that's called a segue. Um, perfect segue. So share with me, tell me a little bit about this little can that you've opened up just now about real estate investing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe shine a little light on. I mean, those of us who aren't as familiar with that as you are.
You hear real estate investing, and it's so, it's so broad in
Mhm.
general, and a lot of people get scared because they don't have any clue how to get into the world of real estate investing. And so, we invest heavily in a lot of different asset classes in the world of real estate, but specifically what we do now is in a world called multifamily syndication, which is essentially apartment investing, and how you can have ownership in real estate and have passive income, true passive income. And so that's a model that not a lot of people are well versed in. And so that's an area that I probably 90% of my real estate portfolio now is in apartment communities, and being able to help other families or individuals participate and have ownership in real estate and truly be passive, but still get all the same benefits like if you were actively doing it yourself.
Mm.
And so that's
So
kind of a whole nother can that most people are like, what?
So all you do is win, 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 no matter what. I mean, because to me that sounds like multiple streams of income,
That's
multiple
what it's
streams of
all about.
revenue.
Multiple streams of true passive income, because
Mm,
most real estate, you're still the landlord. If you're trying
mhm.
to flip, you're trying to wholesale, you're trying to do short term, long term, most of that still involves you. It's not really true passive income. But when you get into the world of syndication, you can have true passive income. Or if you want to transition and be an active partner, that of course is not passive.
So when you say passive, I mean you mean like you wake up in the morning, you go to sleep at night. I mean
It's true
the
passive.
stream, it's true passive.
You stroke a check if the investment opportunity fits you. And what our job is to connect the right opportunity with investors, what their expectations and needs are. And then it's quarterly or monthly distributions until we sell the property. And then the most of the upsell is when we sell in 3 to 5 years. And so you get the cash flow, you get the appreciation, you get all the tax benefits. And it's, that's a true passive type income where you're not the landlord. You'll never get a phone call. You don't have to worry about liability, and you don't have to worry about getting phone calls for evictions or anything like that.
Wow. I mean that is phenomenal. So if I'm a like an entrepreneurial type, I can have my Superman, and I can also have that be my Clark Kent as
Correct.
well, right? Because
And
every superhero has a day job, right?
every superhero has a day job. And so there's active income, and then there's how to grow that money. Once you have that active income, how do you actually passively grow that money without your effort and extra time? So that's
So
a whole nother vehicle.
surely you have to be a rocket scientist to do this. Like,
No.
surely you have to be like some genius, or maybe you have to be married. Both of have to have both. I have to be a medical doctor, and I got to be married to a medical doctor, and I
My
got to be
my
able to take phenomenal pictures on the beach. I mean, surely, it can't be just like for me. Like, I'm just a Joe Schmo.
average
I went to
Joe.
public
I have
school.
teachers. I have the lady who does my hair, my nail salon lady. I mean, from all walks of life, people who are entrepreneurs to restaurant owners to small business owners. I mean, teachers, engineers, different class of doctors. You don't have to be a doctor. You don't have to be an accredited investor. You don't have to have a good credit score. It's just if you have liquid, you do have to have money to invest.
Mhm.
And the liquidity has to be there as far as, but we don't ask for bank statements. We don't check your credit history. We don't check your net worth or anything like that. So it's a different type of, that's the world of syndication allows you to do that. Otherwise, if you're trying to get a loan for yourself, if you're an investor, you get checked everything. But
Mhm.
as a passive investor, you don't get checked anything. The active GP team, we get vetted and checked and everything, but the passive investors don't. So that's a whole class of education of how that
Mhm.
all works. But that's what I'll be talking about this weekend.
Wait a minute. You're coming to Denver, Colorado. You're
I
coming
am, and
to.
I'm going to
You're,
be teaching everybody about all this.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that someone can show up at this Achieve Systems conference, and they can hear some of this like mind blowing I mean, life changing, generational changing kind of information from you. Is that what you're trying to tell
Absolutely.
me?
Absolutely.
I mean that's I mean that's phenomenal. I think this is probably a good place for people to be here this weekend.
It is. And I'm a serial entrepreneur. So aside from the world of real estate and building my practices, to being some of the premium locations, if you look up our practices in DFW, we've built the premium eye clinic. I started working at age 10, Kirk, as an entrepreneur. So I can
Wow.
give a lot of tips about multiple streams of income in the world of real estate, in the world of even whatever class. It doesn't even matter what your day job is.
Mhm.
You can still have other ways to make multiple streams of income, and they always say you at least should have more than 5 to 7 streams of income to build true wealth.
Wow. Wow. So why, I mean, in your opinion, why don't more people have that?
The truth is, and we got in the game later because they don't teach us this in school. Like traditionally, most people in school were taught to get a good job, get a good degree, work hard, and then just put our money into retirement funds and hope that by age 65 you have enough of your retirement funds to truly retire. And that's kind of the traditional teachings. And until I actually got into the world of entrepreneurship and invested in a lot of self education and surrounded myself around these really wealthy individuals, did I really understand, man, they're not doing it the way we're doing
Hmm.
it.
I mean, yeah, because this kind of information is not taught in school, public,
No.
or not even necessarily like in college. Like there's, I mean, so this type of info is stuff that you got to get from the doers.
You gotta surround yourself by the doers, and it's not out there. Not a lot of people really educate people. It's kind of like in the closed circle. Unless you're involved in these closed networks and circles and go to these small masterminds, do you even know about these opportunities or know people and how to get these income streams or even semi passive? Even if you're like, well, how do I transition out of my 9 to 5 and like build true financial freedom where I don't physically have to trade time for money anymore? No one teaches you that really.
Yeah.
And so that's my mission now is like, man, people need to know.
And I mean, and I mean, you really mean it when you say that pretty much, anyone, with maybe a few things that they may need to have kind of in place. I mean, but other than that, like in terms of smarts or brilliance or degrees or any of that kind of stuff, I mean, like folks can do this, like real everyday folks.
Everyday folks can do this, whether you want to be passive, whether you want to be active. And it is. And but a lot of people have money and then they don't know what to do with it, or they elevate their lifestyle. I call it lifestyle inflation. And so they don't think long term. And so my goal for people is build long term generational wealth that's stabilized, that's not a high volatile thing. And you can diversify your nest egg, but you need to have a good chunk of it where it's long, steady, right? You're not going to get rich quick, but it's long and steady. But it's something, whether it's a recession, whether it's inflation, whether whatever's happening with the economy, that you're invested in something that is a stabilized cash flowing asset. It's a tangible asset that's not a sky in the, you don't know who to talk to if something goes wrong or it's too volatile because of what the market is doing. And so, too many people depend on that. And so if your active income gets impacted because of the economy and you don't have backup 2, 3, 4, and 5 or whatnot, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Man, this is, and then to your point, I mean, people are always going to need a place to live. I mean,
Yes,
so, I mean, it's not like you can, it's not like the internet can replace residences.
right.
I mean, unless they digitize all of us and put us all in the metaverse. Uh,
And
so,
it is all about mitigating risk and having experienced people doing the
mhm,
work, but you're leveraging. The whole game of it is leveraging because it's not a one solo man, right? It's,
mhm,
it's leveraging teams
mhm,
and leveraging experience and other people's resume to be able to get into things like this. But people need a place to live. And when the economy is tough and homes are harder to buy, people always need a place to rent,
mhm.
right? And as long as you're buying in the right markets and it's underwritten conservatively and you're mitigating as much of the risk on the front end, then you don't have to worry about a 2008 recession repeating itself and real estate going south. That's most people's fear.
Mhm. Wow. So, I mean, you help people see in a whole lot of different ways.
Oh, yes.
See, I got you on that one. Bear, bear, bear. Pew, pew, pew. I got you on that one. That is amazing. Well, I'm so excited to see you. So we're talking October 22nd, 2022, Denver, Colorado, Denver Tech Center North, Embassy Suites over off of Hamden, the Achieve Systems Biz Explosion Conference. If you don't know anything about it yet, you want to check it out. The website is achievebizconferences.com. Biz is B-I-Z, achievebizconferences.com. And I'm telling you, I'm excited. Like I'm gonna be in the back of the room just doing all of this right here, writing stuff down.
Bring your pen and bring
Oh
your notes,
man.
because we're gonna be educating a lot.
I'm so excited to meet you. I'm so excited to meet you. I'm just excited to say I just want to know Dr. Nguyen because all I do is win, no matter what. Oh man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right. Well, thank you again for your time. I will absolutely look forward to seeing you this Saturday.
Appreciate it. See you then.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.